Hi everybody, we are just coming from Monaco. The pressure in Monaco is mostly during quali, and this year it didn't change. They hoped it will change by introducing some new rules, but it didn't change. And Monaco is known as a very prestigious F1 Grand Prix. Years back, somebody asked me which Grand Prix I would love to attend if I had the money, of course. And one of them was Monaco. Beautiful venue. I'm sure most fans like going there because you can pair it with tourism and like a holiday maybe. And I think we hear that most of the drivers live there also, so I'm sure they are also happy to be there so that they can be in their home like for the weekend. And most drivers really want a Monaco win. Like, it doesn't matter the complexity, it doesn't matter the situation, it doesn't matter the thrill, it doesn't matter the lack of battle, but really most drivers want a Monaco win. And they really cherish it if they get it, if they ever get it. Drivers, fans, popular people, celebrities look forward to it, and it's always a great weekend for entertainment, mostly off the track, because as we see in recent years, the race decider is actually on Saturday, the quali, and so most of the pressure is in quali. That means on Saturday. So during the race is just make sure you don't crash or don't mess up the pit stops. And so the streets generally narrow, tight corners, minimal overtaking, just test the driver's skill in navigating. And same thing this year, they try to introduce some rules to add an extra pit stop, but nothing changed. The actual track or street is I think needs to change, if anything needs to change. And this weekend we had a new Monaco winner, that was Lando, and of course he was happy to get that. He got pole, he converted it into a win, and congratulations to him. P2 was Charles, very disappointed with quali because he knew on race day there was really not much he could do except staying behind the P1, and that's what he did. He just stuck behind Lando until the finish line. Yeah, and P3 was Oscar. He just waited, cruised around, waited for an opportunity to present itself, but he just ended up finishing P3. And yeah, it was a wonderful race in the aspect that we got a new winner, good race in the aspect that the fans enjoyed themselves there. But this talk of just who did what number of pit stops is not entertaining. Actually, during the whole race, it was just who has finished his pit stop, who has not. There was no thrill during the race. There was no overtaking. There was no battles. There was only one overtake that I saw. That was from Stroll, and it was for P15. So it wasn't even a battle. It was just overtaking. So really, except for just driving, nothing really happened. Yeah, and some drivers waited for cheap pit stops, but it didn't come. Max waited until I think almost the last lap. Mercedes are claiming that they didn't know about the pit stops, but I think that's not true. I think they were just waiting for cheap pit stops that really didn't come their way, because everyone was talking about the pit stops from social media, from the presenters, everyone was really talking about the pit stops. So there is no way that they didn't know that they were supposed to pit, and 2 pit stops at that. So I think they were just waiting for a situation to present itself, but it didn't. And unfortunate, because that's one of the bad performances they've had since the season started. The whole F1 community needs to have a conversation of how to make Monaco entertaining on race day on the track. because I don't think they'll remove it from the F1 calendar. So people need to have real discussions on how to make it entertaining. The actual track and streets, I think, is the problem, because they are narrow. They used to work for shorter and smaller racing cars, but the F1 cars are becoming longer every year, so those tight corners, those tight streets are not suitable for the current F1 cars. So I think before the next season, serious changes need to be made on the track. That is if they want to make it entertaining. If they just want it in the calendar for the sake of it being in the calendar because it's a nice venue, or it's one of the it events in F1, then they won't change anything. But if they care about the entertaining, the thrill, the joy of watching a Formula One race, I think they need to start talking about changing the track itself. Literally, if a slow car is in front of you, you cannot pass them unless you risk going over the curbs or going off track and risk a penalty. You literally cannot overtake a car. We saw it play out. Max was slow, held Lando back. Lando got slow, held Charles back. We saw it from the Williams as well. They were holding the Mercedes cars back, and a lot of memes were derived from the situation between Williams drivers and the Mercedes drivers. And it's sad because it means we will have had really nice battles, and we were robbed of that because I wanted to see Lando fight for that P1. I wanted to see Charles fight for that P1. I wanted to see Piastri fight for that P2 or P1. But with the new rules, there was no change. We saw that quali was still the race decider. We saw that drivers holding each other back, and I don't think mandatory pit stops will change anything. They just need to widen the roads. I don't know if they can do that, but they need to widen the roads. Round 8, of 24, we are getting there. We are seeing Lando reduce the margin from Piastri. So he's back in the in the fight for the drivers' championship, and it's going to be an interesting year because I see this happening. Like I don't think the winner of this season will win by a big margin, because Lando is up there, Piastri is right there, and they are both doing well. So I don't expect the margins to be big. So that is Monaco for you. So we are going to Spain. It will be the last of the European triple header, and interesting that only 2 drivers have won the Spanish Grand Prix. That is Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen. Lewis has won it 5 times. Max has won it 4 times. And it's interesting because this year both of the 2 drivers don't have the it car. So I'm not sure if we are going to find a new Spanish Grand Prix winner this weekend, or Max and Lewis will somehow find a way of winning the Spanish Grand Prix. But that said, this is the end of the triple header. Amazing weekends we have had, and I hope for a thrilling race. I hope for entertainment. I hope for suspense. So waiting to see what pans out in the Spanish Grand Prix. And as always, I wish Ferrari a wonderful weekend. Fingers crossed for a podium, fingers crossed for a win, and all the best to all the drivers, all the best to all the teams. Have a great weekend. I'm Shiko. God bless.